In this video, I'm going to be building the k-nearest neighbors algorithm from scratch in Python, so no Scikit-Learn, just a pure mathematical implementation built from the ground up. Hey everyone, I'm Harry, and this is episode 3 of the Machine Learning from Scratch series, where I'm showing my process as I work through implementing classic machine learning models from zero. Let's get straight to it. The k-nearest neighbors algorithm, or KNN, is a simple but powerful predictive algorithm. Given a new unseen point x, KNN finds the k data points closest to x, known as the k-nearest neighbors. When used for classification, it looks at the class labels for each of those nearby points and makes a prediction of what the class of this new point could be based on the majority class of its neighbors. For example, here when k equals 3, the 3 closest points to this new point are 2 red or class 0 points and 1 blue or class 1 point. The majority of its neighbors are red, so we predict this new point to also be red or class 0. However, it can also be used for regression, where the goal is to predict a continuous value, like the price of a house. In this setting, KNN works exactly the same, but instead of taking the majority vote of the k closest points, it just takes the average of the target values of the nearest neighbors. For example, we might say that the price of a house is the average price of the 3 houses closest in square footage and number of bedrooms. For this implementation, we'll be focusing on KNN for classification, as this is how it's more commonly used. The k-nearest neighbors algorithm is different from many other machine learning algorithms because it doesn't learn a model during training. There's no equation with weight and bias parameters to optimize like we've seen in linear or logistic regression. KNN is a type of lazy learning algorithm, meaning there's no real training phase. We simply store the training data and defer all the work until it's time to make a prediction for a new data point. It's a non-parametric algorithm. During prediction, it uses the training data directly to calculate the nearest neighbors, rather than trying to fit the data to a predefined function or fixed set of parameters. The points that are nearest to a new point depends on what metric you use. Usually Euclidean distance is used, but others like Manhattan and Minkowski can be used as well. Euclidean distance is just the straight line distance between 2 points. If our input points have n features or n dimensions, then the Euclidean distance between 2 points A and B is the square root of the sum of the squared differences between their corresponding features. In other words, just the Pythagorean theorem extended to however many features we're working with. Now you might realise the value we pick for k seems a bit arbitrary, and you'd be right, there is no specific way to determine the best value for k, so you may need to try several values and choose the one that gives the best results on your testing set. Choosing a good k is very important because if k is too small, the algorithm becomes too sensitive to noise or outliers in the data. For example, if k equals 1, a single outlier can completely determine the prediction, leading to overfitting. If k is too large, the algorithm becomes too general, including points that may be far away and unrelated to the new input, leading to underfitting, especially if there is class imbalance. Note, using an odd number for k like 3, 5 or 7 is a good idea when doing binary classification because it helps avoid ties in majority voting. Alright, now let's get to coding it up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is import the libraries we'll need. NumPy for any numerical calculations we might use, pandas just to load the dataset, and then matplotlib to plot the data and visualize our predictions. We're also going to need Python's built-in counter class from the collections module, which will later help us determine the most common class label among our k-nearest neighbors. Lastly, although I said we wouldn't be using Scikit-Learn, we'll be using it just to split the data into a training set and a testing set. So we'll import that here as well. Everything else, the actual KNN algorithm, will be built entirely from scratch. Next, I'll load in the data we'll be using. The dataset we're using for this is the breast cancer diagnostic dataset available from Kaggle. It's a binary classification dataset where each example is a tumor, described by a number of features like radius mean, texture mean, and so on. The target variable is the diagnosis, labeled as either benign, B, or malignant, M. I'll go ahead and pull out these input features and labels now as NumPy arrays. Here X will contain the input feature values for each tumour. This doesn't include the ID and target diagnosis columns, so we drop these from this. And Y contains the actual true diagnosis class labels for each example. Once we have these, I'll go ahead and split this data up into a training set and a testing set using an 80-20 split. The reason we didn't do this in linear and logistic regression is because there we were training a model and could at least look at its training accuracy. With KNN, there's nothing to train, mean, the model is the training data. We need a separate testing set to actually try out the algorithm and make predictions on new data points. Just to get a feel for what our training data looks like, let's quickly make a scatter plot for it. I'll first plot all the data points where the target label y is benign. To keep things easy to visualize, I'm only using the first two input features for this plot, but of course we'll be using all available input features to make our predictions. To represent its class, we'll color these in green. Then I'll plot all the training examples where our y label was malignant and color these in red. Our x-axis is the tumor's radius mean and our y-axis is the texture mean. And there we go, you can see that while there's some overlap between the two classes, they're generally well separated. Later, when we plot the predictions made by our KNN algorithm, we should expect new data points on the left side to be classified as benign and those on the right to be malignant. In other words, the predicted classes for new data points should roughly correspond to the regions where the training data points of each class are located. So let's get started. I'll first define a Euclidean distance function to calculate the Euclidean distance between 2 points. This is going to return the square root of the sum of the squared differences between the corresponding features of the 2 points, just like the math formula we saw earlier. Because we'll be using NumPy arrays for each point A and B, we don't need to loop over each feature manually and calculate the difference. NumPy lets us perform this calculation in one line, using array operations. Next, I'll create our KNN class. When initializing the class, we'll set the number of neighbors k that we want the algorithm to consider when making a prediction. The init method simply stores this value. Next, I'll define a fit method inside this class. This is going to take our training input features x and output labels y and simply store them within the class. Since KNN doesn't involve any true model fitting or parameter optimization, calling this method effectively is the training phase. In other words, the training phase is just remembering the training data, as it uses this directly when making predictions later. Now we've effectively trained our model, we can use it to make predictions for the class labels of new data points. I'll define a new method called predict. This is going to take in our NumPy array of new data points and return an array of predicted class labels, either benign or malignant, for each new data point. So inside this method, we'll create a list comprehension stored as predictions that loops over each new point in the array of new points and calls a method I will define shortly called predict class on the current new point. This predict class method will handle predicting the class label for each individual new data point. After collecting all predictions in the list, we can convert it to a NumPy array and return it. Lastly, let's define the predict class method, which takes a single new data point and predicts its class label based on the k nearest neighbors in the training data. First, we need to calculate the distances between this new point and every point in our training data, so we can find out which k points are the closest. We do this by using a list comprehension that calls our Euclidean distance function for each training point in our training data. This gives us a list of distances. Next, we want to find the indices or positions in this list of the k smallest distances, as these correspond to the k nearest neighbors. We use np.argsort on distances. This returns a list of the indices that would sort the distances from smallest to largest. So if we slice this by the first k, we should get the positions in the list of the k smallest distances. Using these indices, we can retrieve the corresponding class labels of the nearest neighbors from self.ytrain. This gives us a list of their labels, which we can now analyze to decide the predicted class via majority voting. To do that, we use the counter class to count how many times each class label appears among the k nearest neighbors. We can then call most common one, which returns a list containing just one tuple, the most common label and its count. So for example, it might return something like this. From that, we can extract the predicted label by accessing the first element of that list and then the label itself. This gives us the class label that appeared most frequently among the neighbors, and that's our prediction of the class label for the new point, so we can return it here. Now that we're done, let's go ahead and run it. I'll instantiate our KNN class with k equal to 5 to start off with. This means the algorithm will look at the 5 nearest neighbors when making each prediction for a new data point. Next, I'll call the fit method and pass in our training data, which is just going to store this ready to make predictions directly, which we can now do by calling the predict method on our testing set. This will return our array of predicted class labels, either B benign or M malignant, for each new point in the test set. To evaluate how well our model did, I'll compute the accuracy by comparing these predictions to the true labels in ytest and calculating the mean, which gives us the proportion of correct predictions. Multiplying this by 100 gives us the accuracy as a percentage, and I'll print that out here. And there we go, we get an accuracy of 91.23%. If we play around with the value of k, we might be able to improve this. For example, if we run the model again with k equals 7, we end up getting an accuracy of 92.98%, which is a bit better. This means our simple KNN model has correctly classified new tumours as either being benign or malignant in just under 93% of cases. To finish off, let's go ahead and visualise these predictions made by our model. We'll use a scatter plot again, just like we did earlier with the training data, but this time we're plotting the test set along with the predicted labels from our KNN model. And there we go. We see that our predicted benign tumours mostly fall on the left side of this plot, and malignant ones on the right side. This is in line with how the training data looked, so we know our model is making sensible predictions. If you found this video helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.